He was like, "You're really hot." And I was like, "Really?" And he was like, "Yeah, I have a girlfriend, so I'd flirt with you, but it's not like anything I'd say you wouldn't already know."
Whoa.
My impact.
Right.
I got a podcast! I to the no. Hello. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Literally Screaming. Oh my God. Everybody in the audience is taking off their clothes. They're twirling their shirts around in the air and throwing them at us. Do you not see? Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of I'm Literally Screaming. Today, I have a very special guest, Austin Maguire.
Hey.
How have you been?
I'm so well. How are you?
I'm good. Not a lot of people, I feel like not a lot of people know that, I've known you for a while.
I thought you were going to be like, not a lot of people are well. And I was like,
yeah,
fair.
True. Yeah, take that
Can't
into
relate,
consideration.
though. Sorry.
But...
That what? That we know each other?
We've known each other for a while.
For a long time.
I actually remember when I first spoke
Childhood.
to you.
I remember that, too.
It was on
live.
No.
Yes. It was on, I was on live or you were on live, or someone was on live.
Mm-mm.
Wasn't it? Or was it FaceTime?
It was on FaceTime.
Really?
You were talking to Jenny, the one who worked at my Starbucks.
Yes.
And I said, "Give me the phone." And I got on the phone and you were like, "Oh my God, I know you. I love your content." And I said, "Really? Then why don't you follow me?"
Oh my gosh, no
And then
way.
you immediately followed me.
Wait, I could have sworn this happened over like a live stream.
It happened. I remember because I was in my drive-through because I had to take out the trash.
I remember the visual of you, so I'm like,
I was in
I don't know
my
why I'd be
apron
on a
and
live
everything.
stream, but I know I truly do remember this, and I was like, I didn't realize I didn't, and that happens to me a lot.
Yeah, I feel like I
because the
remember
For You
events
page
differently.
the For You page just keeps showing you what you like.
Yeah.
So it's like if it continuously shows up, I'm like, oh yeah, I follow that person, and then it turns out I don't.
And that's my problem too. I've noticed that a lot. Like, that's when Kris Jenner followed me.
Oh, slay.
Swore I was
Right.
following her.
Oh my
To the
God.
day I die, I will say I followed Kris Jenner first because I don't want to hit out on me.
Right, of course.
But Kris Jenner followed me
But
first.
it said follow back.
It said follow back.
It said follow back, and
It
that
was
was important.
so that when I
Yeah.
saw, I actually didn't even know. I just saw a whole bunch of comments of people being like, "Kris Jenner follows you," and I was like, "No," and they're like, "Yeah," and I was like, "If I go check," in my head, I was like, "If I check,"
Oh my God, if it's a prank.
and I've been pranked,
Bamboozled.
I'm literally deleting
You're
my
a
account.
fool. Yeah,
Nope, it was
of course.
It was true.
Because they do like to play tricks.
Yeah, they do. Even when Meghan Trainor followed me,
Slay.
I love her.
Yeah, and when Barack Obama followed me, it was actually so crazy.
Yeah, and also I remember Paris Hilton followed you too.
Yeah. Well, actually, she did. And I actually do love her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. Guys, I'm psychic. I
Yeah.
just say things that pop in my head, and usually
Spencer,
I'm right.
before the episode, scrolling through who follows me.
Yeah, no.
I'm psychic. I don't know. It's crazy.
I can read palms too. Want to see?
Apparently.
Hold on. I'm getting somewhere. Pulled out the pink Lamborghini just to race with China. That's a good one. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
totally. That's like ancient scripture,
Yeah,
isn't it?
no, yeah.
Yeah, that goes back to the pyramids.
Is this the thanks that I get for putting you bitches on?
I will say I wrote that one myself.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like your ancestors are trying to tell you something. It's coming across kind of cryptic.
They're lyricists.
Yeah.
They were. I come from a long line of songwriters, poets, artists.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
Shakespeare.
Oscar Wilde.
Yeah.
All of them.
I come from a long line of psychics. How was your weekend?
Um,
I feel like this is just gonna a catch up. Because the last time we saw each other, we went to
were
the
out.
Santa Monica
we were
Pier.
out.
And
no,
about.
that is not true.
No, that is not true. Because you were with Josh.
We just ran into each other.
When? Was I with Leo?
No, when we were out.
Was I with Leo? No. Or was it with Emmy?
No, it was with Emmy the other
Oh,
night. It was
yeah,
like-
that's
that
what I
was
was
like
saying.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago. And you
Or
were
a
with,
month,
his name was
maybe.
Josh,
It was
right?
Josh, yeah. Bestie Josh. Love
Yeah,
Josh.
and then we were at, yeah, but we didn't catch up.
No, we just danced.
Yeah, we just danced.
Which is also a valuable use of your time.
Mm-hmm.
And
I had a great time.
A great way to connect with your friends.
And then I just disappeared for a while.
You did disappear. Well, then the bar closed. Everyone disappeared.
Did I tell you what happened that night?
was I there for part of it? Or
yes, but do you want to know
we never
why?
went through the full rundown.
No, we need a debrief. We never had the debrief, and we need the debrief immediately.
Okay, then we're getting into it because it was a moment.
I have an impact. I don't know how, guys.
Oh my God.
mean this in like the most sincere way possible. You need to see me when I'm out, because like when I'm out, I look good. When I post on like social media, I'm not like trying to look good. Like I look a mess. You are naturally
gorgeous. Let's not pretend.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh well, like you have to say that because we look alike. And it's like if you said that I was ugly, you'd be calling yourself ugly.
Well, you know what? What if I just believe that we're both beautiful?
Because we are.
There you go.
Actually, looking at you and seeing how pretty you are, I have to be pretty.
It's like looking in a mirror.
It really is.
A magic mirror.
Oh yeah, so I have this impact on straight men.
Okay.
Some of them, not all.
You annoy them.
No.
I stand in front of them and they run away screaming.
No.
They call me slurs.
Okay,
it's
so
a crazy impact.
No, that's not where I was going with that at all, actually. That's crazy.
Okay.
That you say that though.
Yeah.
They're attracted to me.
Okay.
When I go out, guys, I promise you, I look good. No, it's not. I need to.
I'm so sorry.
You're like, so you're so full of yourself. Yes. Like, when are we gonna stop lying?
And you can read palms. So
yeah. So like, when are we gonna stop lying?
Let's just
throw that all in the mix. Oh my! That you dragging me through the mud.
I'm so sorry. It's okay. I'm psychic
No, it's
too.
okay. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted.
So sorry.
It's okay.
I'm just your intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just the personification of your intrusive thoughts.
You're using big words. Let's.
And I'm a big brain little girl.
Work, slay. Oh. So the night we went out.
Yeah, sorry.
I ended up getting dragged out of the bar by this guy.
Oh.
Who I thought was gay, because he was like buying me drinks.
Okay.
He was like dancing on me.
Yeah.
Like I was like, oh, like you're with the fruit.
Right.
Like
right.
you're in the fruit salad.
You're in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Turns out, he actually sat me down to show me that his girlfriend broke up with him because of me.
Wait, I'm so sorry. This is who we're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know who I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the night revolved around this guy.
Yes, it's a catastrophe.
Yeah, it was a mess.
Yeah, so he basically pulled me out and showed me the text.
I thought that his girlfriend was out with you guys earlier.
She was, and then she went home and then sent him this really long text basically being like, what did she say? She said something along the lines of like, every single time we go out, you never buy me drinks. You always want to go to WeHo. You always end up dancing with random men, buying them drinks. You never give me drinks. Like, what is up? And she was like, I can't keep doing this with you anymore. We're done.
Okay.
He's sitting next to me, and I literally was like, you have a girlfriend? He was like...
So the whole time you guys were out together, you didn't know that they were together?
No, I thought that was a gay man.
And who did you think she was?
His friend.
Just a girly pop?
Like his friend.
Okay.
That, like, because, like, you know, like, girly pops come to WeHo.
Yeah, of course. I'm familiar
so
with
then
the
I
scene.
looked at him, and I was like, well, aren't you sad? I can't make this. I feel like he genuinely... I feel like I've talked about this before on here. He did not know what to do, so he covered his face and didn't make a sound. He just did this. Like, he was crying.
Wait, so is this the point of the night, like when we were at the other place together, when you guys like went off into the like the table area?
Yes.
Okay.
And then he was lying down on my lap.
Okay.
And I
yes.
didn't know what to do.
Well, yeah, and we all walked over.
I was trying not to laugh the entire time because I was like, what? Like, clearly he's not upset.
He was having a hard time. I sort of feel bad talking about it, but he was having a hard time.
What do you mean?
He was sobbing.
He was not sobbing.
He was crying.
No, this is what I'm
I was sober.
No,
I remember this so
No, this
clearly.
is what I'm trying to tell you. He was not sobbing. I looked at him and I said, aren't you sad? And he was like, and then started moving his shoulder. He was lying on my lap, not showing his face. And he looked like he was sobbing.
Yeah, I thought he was sobbing.
He was not. Because at that point in the night, I was also like, not sober, but I wasn't as messed up as I was, because he like dragged me out and I was like, oh my God, like what happened? And I was like, let me like be a mom for a sec.
Right.
So I'm like patting him and Emmy comes over and Emmy's like, and I'm like, I don't know. Like,
right.
So like I ended up like trying not to laugh. But the other night I went out with my friend.
Okay.
Another friend. I go
Which
out.
Is miracle.
We're at a table. Yeah, me having friends. Sheesh. We're at this table and this guy who's like with everyone. He's cute, by the way. He walks up to me and he's like,
my girlfriend just broke up with me. I'm devastated.
No. He did say he did mention his girlfriend though. He was like, you're really hot. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah, I have a girlfriend, so I'd flirt with you, but it's not like anything I'd say you wouldn't already know.
Whoa.
My impact. And now a quick break from the show to hear from our sponsors at ZocDoc. We've all had those days where we wake up feeling absolutely unwell. Your head hurts, you have an upset stomach, and all you want to do is find out what's wrong so you can start feeling better. When you're sick, it's super easy to get lost in a rabbit hole of TikToks and so-called doctors on the internet diagnosing your symptoms. But trust me, there's a better way to get the answers you're looking for from real experts. Just try ZocDoc. With thousands of medical professionals right at your fingertips, ready to listen like a friend and give you actual medical advice, ZocDoc helps you find expert doctors that specialize in the care you need and deliver the type of experience you want. Once you download the ZocDoc app, you'll be just a few clicks away from health and peace of mind. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. Go to ZocDoc.com/screaming and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/screaming. ZocDoc.com/screaming. Now, back to the show. I'm just ahead of the times.
Sure. Or maybe just ahead of their like emotional
awakening.
Processing.
Yeah, like maybe
Yeah.
they're like, maybe I'm just ahead of their like a sexual awakening.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Maybe you are their sexual awakening. You never know.
Oh my God. Imagine like everybody on earth has a superpower and they just don't know what it is. And mine is like stirring the sexual gayness within men.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be one powerful bitch.
And you'd be like witch hunted.
Oh my God, I would like
You'd be
hunted
burned at the
stake. Like literally.
We would have like a return to medieval times.
Yeah, and I'd be like placed in a cage and they'd sink me in the water and they'd be like, if you drown, you're not a witch. And I'd be
Yeah.
like, well, there's no key to get out.
Right. And then all of the fish are gay.
And they save me.
They drowned you.
And they save me. They like
You
pick
turned
the
them all
lock with
gay
their
on
eyes.
your way down. It was your last hurrah.
Yeah, piranhas come and they pick the lock with their teeth.
Yeah. Gorge.
Have you ever seen a piranha up close?
No, definitely not. Have you?
I haven't either. No,
I
I just
mean,
thought I would
sort of,
ask.
where
I just
would
feel,
we?
I don't know. I just feel like they're very bizarre.
Yeah, growing up, I had a lot of piranhas, in my house, my backyard, my fish tank. Like, where would they be? I was like not swimming in the Nile growing up,
I don't know. Like, I was just like,
My gosh. Like, and I hope to, I'm sorry, like, and, I hope to never see a piranha up close. That is one thing I'm okay with never
a
experiencing.
little crocodile.
Worse. Actually, I have seen a crocodile up close.
You have?
Yeah, or maybe an alligator. Who can really tell the difference? So sorry. But I have seen one of those up close because, like, where we would stay on vacation growing up, there actually were, like, in South Carolina, there were, like, alligators in the ponds and stuff. So that is actually sort of terrifying. Anybody who lives near that. So
I've never seen well, I have seen an alligator.
Really? In the mirror? Sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry, intrusive thought. I'm so sorry. Oh my gosh. No, I'm obviously joking.
You say that with like the. I'm obviously joking.
I'm obviously joking. Holding up a mirror. I'm obviously joking. La 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 la. So sorry.
La 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 la.
You get Shawn Mendes in the stew.
Oh my God. Wait, I was going to ask you a question.
About Shawn Mendes?
No, you're originally
Okay.
from Ohio, right?
Yes.
What, did you move here? You moved here like a little bit after me.
I moved here, that weekend that we went to the pier together.
Yeah.
I just stayed.
Really?
The story was actually crazy.
I thought you were going back and then coming back again.
So I came to LA for a weekend to get headshots with a specific photographer who's amazing. His name is Ben Cope. And I had if we're on the subject of being psychic, I had a feeling that my flight home was going to end up getting canceled when I booked it. Like I was sitting in the kitchen with my dad and his girlfriend and I was trying to figure out what flight to choose to go home. And I booked that one, but I said to them, I was like, I really have a feeling that flight's never going to leave the ground. And then increasingly throughout the weekend, I just more so strongly in my heart knew that it would get canceled. And B, I didn't want to leave. I sort of had decided by then I want to live here. And I was asking you for your advice when we went to the pier to be how did you decide to end up moving here? Because I was so ready to just pull the trigger myself.
What did I tell you? I think
you were just like, I woke up one day and I just knew. Like,
that's literally what I said. I said when I visited for Halloween,
Yeah.
I was like, I was here and I was like,
you were like, I
need
had
to
been
come
thinking
back.
about it, and then I came and I knew, and I was like having that experience in that moment, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so I sort of made a deal with the universe, because on my final day, I really did not want to go home. And I also knew that this flight would get canceled, but I wasn't going to miss the flight based off of the feeling. So I made a deal with the universe, and I was like, I'll go and I'll see it through. But if it's canceled, I'm going to stay. And in advance, I booked my hotel room an extra night so that when it was canceled, I had somewhere to go and sleep. And I went to the airport, delayed, canceled at like 1 a.m. And I was like, I knew it. I was so relieved. I was so happy. I have chills right now thinking about it, because I was just like, I remember passing the LAX sign like on my way out from the airport, being so happy that I was still here. And I went back to the hotel, checked back into my room, and decided I was going to stay. And I didn't go back for months.
Do you have like a place you're staying now?
Yeah, I moved into, well, at that point I moved into an apartment. And then I recently moved out of that apartment and into like a duplex, and like my best friend Nina has the other unit. So like now we share a little duplex together. And
Oh wait, that's so cute. Were you able to get like your clothes and stuff from?
I honestly, like, I had, when I moved home for like 9 months after graduating college, and like did that intentionally to like heal things and let go of things. And so I had sort of donated pretty much everything I owned before I came to LA, not realizing that I was like doing that in a way to clear things out. I was just getting rid of anything that no longer felt like it aligned with who I was in the moment. And so I didn't really have anything left at home. Like I sort of packed most of what I owned for this weekend trip, because I am a crazy overpacker. So I didn't really need anything from home. So I didn't go back until like 4 or 5 months later, and I might have picked up like a couple things, but honestly I was just ready to totally start new.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was so gorgeous. And so now it's been like
That's
just over a year.
That feels like very freeing. Like it's like a release.
Yeah.
And the fact that like it was to the point where like when you were here, it was almost like it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter, but it's like if I go home or if I stay here, like it's still like I have what I have in my suitcase.
Right.
And like if my flight gets canceled, it's not the worst thing that can happen, because I want to stay.
No, exactly. I really wanted to stay. Like I knew there was just like, my life was here now, and I knew that when I had visited. So I was like, I just want to stay. I don't need anything other than happiness, and that was here.
And you mentioned that you graduated. I know you went to UPenn. I was actually talking to you when you were graduating. You have a master's, right?
No, not a master's, just a bachelor's.
A bachelor's. And what was your major?
I studied communication with a minor in creative writing.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. And I remember you were telling me you were during COVID, I think you called me and you were reading me your essay.
My thesis?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, yes.
That was so...
My
guys,
research. I'm
not joking. Like, Austin quite literally has the... Talking with Austin is just... My mind feels like blown.
Oh my gosh.
Almost every time. I say this to you all the time,
and they're waiting
too.
for the proof right now. They're like...
That you just gave the proof.
it.
You literally were just talking... Like, the way you speak is so, like... The word I would use is, like, beyond.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
Austin's just very wise.
Really sweet. Oh my gosh.
You
Thank
are.
you.
I feel like
you
like,
as are you.
Even the way, but like you're wise in a sense of you speak things and then you do those things. Like remember when you were like, oh, I was like donating clothes because I was sticking with things that still align with me.
Yeah.
I mean, I donated clothes when I moved here, but it was like my entire apartment. Like I took my entire bedroom with me.
Yeah.
But then again, that's all I had was a bedroom, and now I have like a living room, and wow.
You better slay.
Oh
you better
my
have
gosh.
multiple rooms.
And I want to eventually, but like,
I mean,
we're going through a recession right now, so so excited for that one, you know?
I love that personally. I'm a huge fan.
I'm actually like did you hear about the debt ceiling?
No.
No, not the ceiling, but like the debt ceiling.
yes.
Yeah.
That they're like arguing and
like to raise the debt ceiling, they want to get rid of like a shit ton of
drama. I'm sorry, Congress is just drama. Like
Congress needs a reality TV show.
True. That's called C-SPAN. Isn't that what
title
that is?
Like, this episode will be titled "Congress Needs a Reality TV Show."
Like for real. Like it is actually just people with their emotions and drama arguing and fighting each other and talking wait, are we allowed to swear?
We just can't say the F word.
Oh, okay. Well, no.
You're
no, it's literally just them talking shit about each other in their little subcommittees. It's
Like,
giving
literally.
exclusivity, VIP. Like, they're like plotting against each other. Then they bring it out on the Congress floor, and now it's suddenly like, I don't know. The lore, I'm sure, is crazy. It's literally
I'm
just
sure
people.
I feel like they're like high school students.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
They're like
it's
literally
people,
high school.
like,
they're boomers. That's my whole issue.
Point your finger, pull the trigger, throw them off your trail, you'll get yours eventually. Had to have my Gabby Hanna moment.
Okay.
But that's what they are. But like, no, but like, they literally are like everybody has their own little ego.
My whole problem with that entire generation, if you're a boomer and you're watching this, no offense, and by that I mean mom.
I think there are
Sorry.
Gen Z people in Congress now too.
But like my whole thing is like, I
grown.
feel like no one, well, not like no one. I know that there are definitely people who were born in that generation that are like, oh, we really want to like make sure that there's like almost a mutual handoff. Like when we go, we want the next generation to be able to like carry on.
Mm-hmm.
The people who are currently in our government clearly do not give a shit about that because they're like, oh, yeah, let's do the Willow Project. Let's make sure that no one can breathe in the next 15 years.
Yeah.
Let's like, my whole thing that I'm so scared for is now that the ice caps are melting the house down, like
Me when I left my
boots-
popsicle out for too long. Sorry.
Now that the ice caps are melting, I'm scared of all the viruses that are in the ice that are now just going to resurface.
Right, the zombie viruses.
I'm sure like there aren't like zombie.
No. That, like zombie virus. This was so funny when it like went viral on TikTok. Like zombie virus. Everyone's like, haven't we learned anything from zombie movies? Zombie virus just refers to a virus that is like dead in the ice that can come back to life if it's melted. It doesn't mean that it would turn you into a zombie. It's just referring to the fact that the virus is dead and would come back. Yes. So don't believe the misinformation out there.
But it's like, would that virus probably be worse than having a zombie apocalypse? Possibly.
Who knows?
Who knows? That's the problem.
Who knows? Not me.
I mean,
I'm not. That's not my area of expertise, unfortunately.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, do you think you'd live? I'd hand myself over.
I think a better question is, would I want to live? And I haven't come to a decision around that yet. So stay tuned for the
Can I tell
zombie
you my
apocalypse.
plan?
Please.
So like I
Maybe
don't
I'll
want to
take
be
notes.
I don't want to be like an ugly zombie with like my rib cage missing and like missing eyes and stuff.
It is sort of chic. I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
what I want to do is like if there is a zombie apocalypse, God forbid, this is what I would do. Okay. I would find a zombie. If these bitches can run, I'm out. Like I will just end it all myself.
That's
if
so
they
true.
can't run,
it depends on like which, like depiction of zombies.
like what motor
we're
functions
going
do they
with,
still have?
you
Like
know?
can they sprint, run, jump, leap?
There's like there's like like Call of Duty zombies where it's like they are sprint. Yeah. Oh. Wow, that was good. I'm so sorry. That was incredible.
Fetch me their souls.
Okay.
See, that wasn't that
Voiceover work.
Yeah, like right. Yeah.
You should go into that.
Okay, thanks.
Let's reach out to Call of Duty.
Yeah,
I think they could use you.
They have me as like
the
they
stew.
have me. No, it's like a new update, but for gay people only. I'm like,
my gosh.
fetch me their souls.
Oh my gosh. That would eat.
Wait,
You
but
would
we were
spearhead
talking
that.
about like the
No, but yeah, so it's like if it's those types of zombies where they're like sprinting and terrifying, like I don't know how long I would live. Like I haven't run a mile in a long time.
Oh.
So
I know. I think
but
I
if
could.
it's like the slow girlies, I'm chill. I'm so sorry.
I would
chill.
tie one up and like if I was being surrounded, like if my apartment complex was surrounded by zombies and I had nowhere to go, I would definitely have a zombie come into my home. I would tie them up, let them like literally do a little nibble on my arm. Like I would literally go like this, give them a little nibble, and then I would let the virus take over because I don't want to be an ugly zombie. I would still want to be pretty. I don't want them to like bite my neck off.
Yeah. You know what I would do? Have you seen Zombieland, the movie?
Yeah.
You know the scene where they like turn on all the lights at the carnival and like attract them all in? I would do that and then perform like my sold out world tour. You know what I'm saying? Like I would make my dreams come true. I'd get all the zombies into a stadium and then I'd perform.
But wouldn't they just like jump on stage and kill you?
No, because I would do what Rihanna did. I'd come like in those things. They can't reach. They can't jump that high.
Yeah.
So I would have my moment. I have my Rihanna Super Bowl moment. Maybe I'd give some of them puffers. And I'd teach them the choreo.
Choreography.
I'd teach them the choreo.
They're literally sitting there like,
I'd
what
announce
the
my
hell?
pregnancy. I'd let everybody fight about whether or not I was pregnant online. Those of us that are still alive.
Yeah.
And and then from there, it'd be a game time decision.
I feel like you would.
I
think you would join both of the worlds. Have you ever seen what's it called? It's not Zombieland, but it's like that zombie movie where the guy becomes human again.
Becomes human again.
He becomes because he falls in love with the girl.
Oh, is that
the one? She's in the show called I need to look.
Is there an airplane?
Yeah.
Do they live on an airplane?
Well, and like if a zombie like eats your brains, it's because they want to see your memories.
Oh wow.
I'm trying to think of what it's called.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen this movie.
Warm Bodies.
But that is what I was thinking of. My family loves that movie, but I never watched it.
What if like your performance turns everybody human again?
Who knows? That's my hidden superpower.
My superpower is I would turn the zombies gay, and they wouldn't be able to. They would be like, "Sorry, we don't want to eat you now because you're so pretty." I'd say thanks.
Or they do want to eat you, but
in the right spots.
And I would turn them human, I guess. I'd cure them. I'm the Messiah, but for zombies.
That would slay.
I'm not opposed to that. Just if anybody's working on it, like in a lab somewhere. So,
send your. If you have my DNA, I did do 23andMe.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't actually. I was sort of scared.
Then maybe I could be the Messiah.
Maybe you could be the Messiah for this.
You do have my 23andMe DNA.
I'll just perform
for the next 7 years.
I'll just take my performance and go.
Yeah, and I'll protect you because if I'm the Messiah.
Yes, I'll pull you out for the final number. It'll
and
be
then
the grand finale.
I could harmonize with you and I'd be like, ah!
Perfect.
All of them turn into human.
I love that. That's the sound that would turn me human.
Then we would become superstars.
Already are.
Right, we are. Can I ask you a question?
Please.
You do a lot of. This is like, you know how I said I derail? This is me derailing. You do a lot of.
I get railed. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. So you do a lot of like teacher POVs.
Yes.
Was that like, were your teachers like that in high school?
Okay. Oh my God, I love this story. So, I'm so sorry.
You're like went to a SZA concert last night and everything exploded.
Oh my gosh, no, truly. So the way that started was I was about to get in the shower one day and like my mom had gotten me a cardigan for Christmas and it was just laying on my
Sorry, I had to whisper Taylor Swift, guys.
It's giving eras.
Right.
I saw my cardigan like laying on the floor and I just immediately thought of one teacher in particular who like always would wrap her cardigan like a million times around her and it was the funniest thing and I love this teacher so much. Her name was Mrs. Clamp. I was like immediately like, oh my God, I have to shoot a quick video, like doing that movement. And then just like doing, just talking how an English teacher might generally speak. And then I filmed that, got in the shower, was like, I'll refilm it when I get ready. And then it was like 8 p.m. and I realized I never refilmed it and I was too lazy to do it then. So I was like, you know what, I'll just post the pre-shower like hair up in like a side bun, like whatever, post. And then like 30 minutes later, she DM'd me on Twitter being like, I wouldn't have to wrap my cardigan around me so many times if we ever had a normal temperature at her school. She was like, I watched it like 10 times and I laughed out loud. She immediately clocked it as like referencing her. And I love her and we're still in touch, so I absolutely love this woman. And
I'm still in touch with one of my teachers.
It's so slay. Like, it's so amazing to have those relationships. I mean, they help shape you so much into who you become.
Speaking of, do you remember all of your teachers' names?
Like, pretty much, yeah.
Can you go from like kindergarten up?
Kindergarten, I remember her first name and not her last name.
I remember all of my teachers.
Really?
I can go.
Do you want to? It feels like you want to, so floor is yours. I'm holding space.
No, like
I'm holding space for you to tell us all your teachers' names.
No, you can go first.
No, you go because I think you're ready.
Do you know?
You rehearsed this in the shower. I'm sure of it.
In the car here.
So that you can pull it out.
Me texting my mom.
Fun fact about me. Yeah. Who did I have in third grade?
Who did I have in third, fourth,
how did you spell her name?
Okay, I actually
Go for it, please.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
For kindergarten, I had Mrs. Van Houten.
Loved her.
First grade, I had Sister Marilyn, but then she died, and then we got Mrs. Lavelle.
Okay.
Second grade, we had Miss Jordan. She got married, then it became Miss Steersha.
Okay, love that.
Then we had Miss Smiglin. Then I
did not get along with her.
For the third grade. Huh?
I didn't get along with her.
Miss Smiglin? You had a Miss Smiglin?
Yeah.
What grade was she for you?
Third.
No.
Okay, keep going.
Are you trying to be like, you're me?
No.
My intrusive thoughts?
Sure.
Wait, did you actually have a teacher that was named Mrs.
No.
What the hell? Like, I'm so
I was just
excited.
making a joke. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
That's
Like,
what I
actually
do.
went so
That's what
far
I
over
do
my
on
head.
this planet. Like,
It just went over my head so
Okay.
quickly. Okay, and then we had Miss McAuliffe.
Love
Then
her.
we had Miss Scala.
Okay.
Then I had Mr. Lupo, Miss Graff, Miss Petrie. Then in
I love her dish, by the way.
right middle school.
Yeah.
Homeroom teacher was Mr. Murray first year. Second year, oh my gosh, she was my homeroom. Second year, my homeroom teacher was Mrs. Mark. For English, I had Miss Quinlan.
Okay, high school is hard because then it's like a new teacher for every subject.
Oh my God, yeah.
I do remember.
I
all
do
their
remember all their
names,
names
But are
too.
we gonna go through every subject of every
Yeah,
grade?
no. Why don't just go like first through eighth or kindergarten through eighth?
Sure.
Tell me yours.
Well, kindergarten, I only remember her first name, and it was Gretchen. I don't remember her last name.
I love how you remember her first name and not the last.
We were family friends, so.
Got it.
First grade, I had Mrs. Caserta. Second grade, I had Miss Sustin. She also got married, but I forget her new last name. But her husband at the first name was Ty, and I remember that. So, selective memory here. Third grade, Mrs. Regano. Fourth grade,
Hated that
Mrs.
bitch.
Machinga. Honestly, all these teachers slayed. Fifth grade, I had Mrs. Coletta. Sixth grade, we started changing classes. So
Yeah, that's how it was
every
for
teacher in the school.
So that's literally for seventh and eighth grade because I stopped going to Catholic school in the sixth grade.
Okay.
So like when I got into seventh grade, that's when it like switched for me.
Yeah.
Because it was like I had like a
And where your memories begin, because the rest were blocked out by trauma.
yeah, a little.
Yeah.
I remember the like one that like threw me off. I don't want to say which teacher it was, but I
Yeah.
remember like speaking to her, and this is when I was like, yeah, maybe this like I need you to know that a lot of kids who like went to Catholic school, like as they get older, I don't know if it's like being like having all of this like religion shoved on you at such a young age. And I know like parents who send their children to like private or like Catholic school, it's very much to be like, oh, like we want you to like be in the faith and but I
Right.
feel like if anything it makes you like almost in a way resent it because I mean like I know my mom's still Catholic and she went to Catholic school. I don't know how because she had nuns that were able to actually hit you.
Right.
I didn't. But in that same breath, like
My nuns didn't hit me, but they did hit on me. And that was sort of a different type of experience and trauma. Yeah.
I'm sure they did.
Of course.
Who wouldn't? Like, yeah. Also, technically, they would hit on me too.
Yeah. The zombies are lined up outside right now,
And
actually.
literally waiting to eat me
Yeah.
everywhere.
You heard it here first.
The podcast ends right there.
Yeah.
Wait, what was I saying? Oh yeah, religious. Like I just
Yeah.
remember there were like things that I would learn, and what sucks the most is like if you are like in Catholic school and you ask a teacher a question that isn't like, I guess appropriate, they give you like a BS answer. Like I remember like there are things I don't remember
and
fully,
that's
but
honestly
it's like,
surprising because one thing about Catholicism is like it's definitely known for being the truth.
yeah.
It is known for being truthful and honest. So it's sort of surprising that they didn't give you like authentic answers.
Yeah, it's weird. It was like almost, I remember like there was a lot of contradictory stuff in the Bible. So I would like always like bring that up, like especially in like the third grade or like in the
Right.
fifth grade.
Right.
And they would always be like, don't question the word of God.
Right.
And I'd be like, okay, I'm not really questioning it. I'm just like curious.
You're like, but did God write this or?
Yeah. Like,
You're like looking at the back
so
of the book.
like I'm
who's the
like,
author?
so John actually said this. So I'm just a little confused.
Yeah.
But it was just like always like, I was like, it's annoying because you at some point I was like, you obviously don't have an answer for me, and I feel far more comfortable believing in a higher power that like I might know absolutely nothing about, but just like knowing they exist is far better. At least for me, if anyone out there is religious,
Love and light.
like I'm not saying, I'm just saying at least for me, someone who like grew up in the church, went to church 3 times a week, was an altar boy, eventually it's just like you see and you learn so much that it's like, it's almost at some point it's just like you have this epiphany. At least I did, and I was like, I don't really know if I even coming to terms with being gay in the church. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I remember I don't know if I've told you this before, but I remember, I'm not going to say which teacher it was. We were talking about like homosexuals and like whether or not they go to heaven or hell.
Yeah.
And my one teacher said that if they're genuinely sorry for their sins when they die, they can go to heaven. And I was like, but why would they be sorry for loving someone that they love? And they were like, because it's a sin. It's terrible. Yeah. And then she compared that to if Hitler were on his deathbed and he was sorry for killing millions upon millions of Jewish individuals, trans individuals, like the list. If he was sorry, he'd go to heaven. I'm sorry, but if that is the God you believe in, you can believe in it. Go for it. Peace and love. I can't believe in that God. Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. I cannot sit here and think to myself that if Hitler was on his deathbed, a man who led an entire massive genocide. Yeah. For him to be like, for
anyone that's unfamiliar,
if he was, for anyone who doesn't know,
in case you're just learning right now.
But if he was on his deathbed,
yeah,
and he was like, oh, I'm sorry, and God was like, cool, I don't give no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, God's forgiving apparently.
But yeah, that's kind of like the one thing that like kind of threw me off.
That was it for you. That was your like come to Jesus moment, if I might. If you will.
it was like almost like a flip went off. Yeah. And it's like this is the issue. It is so hard once you start questioning to like not unlearn everything, but more so come to terms with the fact that like you really like I had to come to terms with the fact that like my entire life I grew up believing that there was God and like the Bible was 100% correct and like there was nothing wrong with it, this and the third. And if you still believe in it, again, peace and love. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy that you have a place you can call home within a religion.
A community.
But for me at least, it was almost like I was like, oh my gosh. Like I have been going about my entire life just like constantly praying, constantly in the church, and now I'm not. Yeah. And it's like I had to kind of like relearn how to live my life.
Yeah.
I mean, still not murdering anyone. I mean, that's definitely should be a sin. Glad that's in there. Yeah. But it's like, you know what I mean? It's just like
Hitler, we're looking at you.
But it was an adjustment to say the least.
Oh my gosh, yeah, totally. I mean, I actually can't relate, thank goodness. Because my parents like raised us, with the freedom to choose, our own religion or lack thereof. So which I'm very, very thankful for. So I wasn't really too heavily like indoctrinated. I mean, I grew up in a very Catholic area. My whole family's Catholic, but I'm not. And I never was like forced to be, which I'm,
I was baptized, first communion, confirmation. Yeah. Like my mom literally just told me, because like the whole thing, I believe when you become confirmed in like the eyes of the Catholic Church, once you're confirmed, you can get married in a church. And also, I'm also pretty sure
in a Catholic church.
Yes, in a Catholic church. And I'm also pretty sure that once you're confirmed, is it like
you're no longer denied?
What?
Sorry, keep going.
Denied from heaven?
Sure.
Like you keep saying sure when I ask questions that like the joke goes over my head.
Just like we can just keep rolling, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. I mean, I don't really know.
Okay.
But it's like I was confirmed. My mom literally was like, so you just have to get confirmed. That's all I want.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, cool. And I did. And then I didn't know my confirmation name, and then some random priest gave me one who came to my mom's college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He like my mom he came to my mom's work. My mom works in education. And I was there at the time. I was just like helping with stuff. And I think I was like singing as I was putting books away. And he ended up being like, oh, what's your name? And I was like, Spencer. And then he asked me how old I was, and I told him, and he was like, oh, are you being confirmed soon? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, do you have your name yet? And I said, no. And he said, you should go for Ignatius. And I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, St. Ignatius.
And he was like, because you have like a fire to you.
Ooh, okay. And he knew that you were a Leo.
He didn't, which was crazy.
He knew that he must have felt it.
Well, he must have felt it from God, yeah.
Yeah, that you're a fire sign.
Do you want to play a game?
Sure.
Okay, well, we've played this game before. Well, we haven't.
I haven't. I don't know what this is.
We're doing the story time game where we pull a subject from the bowl.
Okay.
And then we have a few seconds to think of a story that aligns with the word that we pulled.
Okay.
You can go first.
Okay. Oh, I'm sort of scared of this.
Don't be.
Camping. That's interesting. I've never gone camping.
Oh,
I wouldn't say. Do you have a story from camping?
Yeah, let's pretend I pulled it. We'll do that again.
Okay.
I'll go first because I'm the host.
Totally.
And I'll just show you how it's done.
Right. I love how candid this is.
Oh my gosh, camping. Would you look at that?
Crazy.
Okay, so I actually
I have so many stories for that. I wish I pulled it.
Yeah. Too bad.
Yeah.
I was a Boy Scout for literally like 2 months, and I genuinely did not know that you actually had to do things to earn badges. Do you know the Mighty Bee that was on Nickelodeon?
I mean, I've been stung, if that's what you're asking.
No, clearly, but no. The Mighty Bee was like a show about this girl, and she was like in this Girl Scout troop, and she had like a bajillion different like badges.
Okay.
And every episode was her like getting a new badge.
Okay.
And I thought it was like that. Like I was like, oh, you just go and you like do weird stuff and I can get a new badge every single day. No, you like actually have to do things. And I was like, I can't do this.
Right.
And then eventually my mom ended up like, she had like surgery on one of her knees and I was supposed to go camping and I was like, oh, I know I like signed the form, but I literally can't. Like I have to stay home, sorry. And then I never went back. And then they'd constantly be like, Spencer, where are you?
2 months of my life.
No, but like I remember like I'd be at the store. My town was small and they'd be like, Spencer, where have you been? And I'd be like, oh.
Like, I'm just collecting a lot of badges right now.
Like,
so I've been really busy.
I'm just doing a lot.
Really busy doing a lot of work, getting a lot of badges.
Yeah.
Me when like my car lights come on, like my engine light, new badge.
New badge. New button to play with.
I haven't, been camping, but I do serve camp a lot of the time. So I feel like that's sort of, my headline.
Yeah.
My headline regarding that drawing. I'm sort of afraid. What if every single one I don't have anything for? Babysitting. I actually don't have. I mean, like I babysat, I guess, my siblings every now and then growing up because I'm one of 5 and I have 3 younger sisters. But like one thing I will say, and this isn't an example of babysitting, but like one time during the pandemic, like I think you and I were on FaceTime and my little sister, who was like probably 10 or 11 at the time, like loves you, and loved you then. And like you got on FaceTime with her and like actually probably sat on FaceTime with her and chatted with her for like 30 minutes at least. And I was like, first of all, you're the sweetest human ever. And like, second of all, like I think like one of my other sisters and I were just in the other room like, oh my gosh, like you're a really good person.
I remember you literally, because I remember you texted me and you were like, Spencer, if you don't mind. And I was like, no, I'd love to. Yeah,
and then Spencer did.
We were talking about like, because I remember, because she at the time, she was in not middle school. She might have been.
It might have been her first year of middle school.
Yeah, she might have been like going into middle school,
Yeah.
and because I remember she was telling me like boy problems.
Yeah.
And I was like talking
It's
her
just
through
10,
them.
Yeah,
I was like talking her through them.
No, giving
like,
her sage advice.
Yeah, like literally,
But
I
like
was
that
like
meant
setting
the
her
world
up.
to her,
Yeah, she was really sweet.
I mean, yeah, but you're very sweet, and like that's not technically babysitting, but that's just the first thing that came to my mind.
Aw.
So
Not the first thing that comes to your mind.
But I have to give you your props. Like that is like the sweetest thing ever.
Thank you. Yeah, tell her I say hi.
I will.
Imagine she's stating that
Cece, if you're
boy
watching.
Ooh, sorry. Okay, middle school teachers. Oh my gosh, I actually do have a story about.
Slay.
So I'm not gonna say my middle school teacher's name.
Okay.
But I did have a big crush on him, like
so many.
And basically when I was in middle school, I was like on the heavier side, and I remember we were like all sitting down for like our Christmas break was about to start, so we're all in homeroom. We're all eating pizza, and I remember my table got called up for pizza, and I ended up getting the better slice because I was first online.
Okay.
And the kid behind me, won't say his name either, he ended up saying that I stole his slice of pizza and I took 2, and my teacher believed him, and he ended up pulling me onto the hallway because I literally was like, he's lying. And my teacher pulled me into the hallway and he was like, Spencer, this is like unacceptable behavior. And I looked at him dead in the eyes and I said, the only reason you think I stole his slice of pizza is because I'm fat. And he looked at me and his face dropped.
Whoa.
And he ended up bringing me back. He apologized to me because I was like, you think I took the extra slice when my slice was just big.
Yeah.
I didn't steal 2. I just took the big slice. But now Blank is in there eating my big ass slice of pizza that I rightfully took.
Yeah.
And like now I have the skinniest slice in the thing.
Yeah.
So he ended up giving me 2 slices.
Oh, slay. So it was giving prophecy. You fulfilled the prophecy.
I did.
They said you got 2 slices and you got 2 slices.
I did.
So
eventually.
That's sort of gorgeously comes full circle.
Yeah.
I'm glad we could address that. I feel like that was like buried anger that had to be released.
Yeah. I'm glad I got that off my chest.
Yeah. It ended up working out in your favor. My first concert was the American Idol tour, the year that Jordan Sparks won. But I was devastated because there was a contestant on that season named Melinda. I don't remember her last name, but whatever season Jordan Sparks won, there's a contestant named Melinda. And I think she came in 3rd place, and I like couldn't stay up late enough to like watch the episode because I must have been in like 3rd grade or something, or 2nd grade. And my like dad came in the room like the next day to tell me that like Melinda had gotten voted off, like she didn't make it to the finale, and I sobbed, like sobbed and sobbed and sobbed. I was so devastated, so heartbroken. Like that, I think that was like honestly probably my first experience of heartbreak. Like just, you know, and that would continue. That would, you know, be a pattern on singing competition shows. For me, my favorite singer's not winning, but
I love the intro.
But like Melinda
to American Idol.
Oh my god. You should audition for American Idol with that.
Oh my god. With the old intro. Now it's just called Idol.
Sure. You should go in and do that and be like, you guys don't know that song?
Sorry, oldies.
See if you can guess it.
They're like, so that's trademark and we can sue you now.
LOL. The original Ryan Seacrest impression.
Oh my god.
What
was it?
Like, this is American Idol.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even if I wanted to.
I don't even remember what it sounded like.
I do.
And this, I can't do it.
He'd be like, this? Nope, can't even. Like,
I need to hear it. I need to
like,
hear it.
This is American Idol. I can't even.
To me,
do
I'm
it.
just doing any voice.
This is American Idol.
This hunty is American Idol. That was Ryan Seacrest.
This hunty sleigh boots is American Idol.
Oh
my god, what
American
time?
Idol. Did you say 333?
Yeah, make a wish.
Angel number. But yeah, and then I went to this concert, and that was like the tour of the American Idol, you know, and I got to see everyone perform live, and Melinda was there. I'm pretty sure, I don't know, I was like 6 or whatever. So yeah, but that
Do you remember
was,
Kelly Clarkson winning?
No.
I was 1 year old and I remember her winning.
No, you don't. I'm so sorry. That is a blatant lie.
No, it's not.
Lies are being told on this podcast.
No, it's not.
I'm literally lying.
I'm in love with Kelly Clarkson.
Podcast.
Kelly Clarkson is my first memory. You think I'm joking? I'm so
Slay.
serious. Kelly Clarkson is my first memory.
Okay.
I remember being in a room with hardwooden floors. I was in one of those like thingies where like you hop up and down in them and your like legs are supported.
Sure.
Remember that fully. Remember that there was a glass door.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, no, literally. There were glass doors on either side of the TV stand. And I literally, I tell my mom this story all the time. She's like, I don't know how you remember that. I was like, I do.
Yeah.
My mom was like, I fell asleep on the couch.
I mean,
like,
core memories are core memories. Like,
that,
they
like
stick
Kelly
with
Clarkson,
you.
if you ever see my podcast, please
she's
have me on your
listening.
show. I would actually, I was supposed to go to Kelly Clarkson's show.
Oh my god.
I won
Like,
tickets and then they got
okay.
canceled.
I have seen her live. Incredible.
I'm so mad. I was supposed to go to her show. I won tickets. They got canceled. And then they said because I won them, I couldn't get like another pair of tickets because it was for that show
Oh.
specifically.
No way.
I was heartbroken.
Where'd you win them? A carnival?
No, I won them on the website.
Oh, okay. So is it like a lottery?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
a lottery, kind of
Yeah.
like the Broadway lottery type thing.
Yeah. Wow. Oh my gosh, that's sort of devastating, but it's also giving like what's meant to be will be.
Yeah,
Maybe you're meant to go on the show as a guest rather than an audience member.
true.
You know,
You heard that, Kel.
or maybe you're just meant to break in.
I would. I
We just
fully
see you
would.
creeping behind the couch.
Not even creeping behind the couch. Like you see like me attached to a wire,
Oh
just
my
slowly
gosh!
going
You
down.
drop through the vent.
Like
the ceiling collapses.
Like Kim
the debt
Possible.
ceiling collapses.
The debt full circle
Full
moment.
circle.
You ate that up.
Thank you. Do you want to? Sorry. Do you want to draw another?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull one more, and then do you want to pull one more?
Sure.
I just took whatever was on top. Thrift stores. I'm trying to think of like thrift store stories, but they're like nothing. Oh my
Like,
god!
I
I
bought
actually one
clothes.
time I did go to a thrift store and there was this little kid following me, and his mom kept yelling at him. because she was like, you can't talk to strangers. Like, this is a strange person. Like, you can't just approach him. And then like the little kid would like follow me and then shout at me and be like, ah, and then run away. I'm so
That's
serious.
the IRL version of like following and commenting.
Like literally following and commenting.
Yeah.
He ate that up.
Yeah.
That little boy
He
really
really
did. But he ended up at one point, it was actually really sad because at one point he was like with his mom and I was on the other side of the thrift rack and he was like talking to me and his mom was like okay with it because obviously she was like right there. And I told him my name and he got so sad when he was leaving and he was like, come back next week, come back next week. I never went back next week. Sorry, kid. But I mean, it was really nice meeting you.
And that kid grew up to be Barack Obama.
That kid grew up to be Kim Kardashian.
And that kid grew up to be Kelly Clarkson.
That kid
And
grew up to be Shakira.
she canceled the show as revenge for you never coming back to the thrift store.
Plot twist.
Plot
house.
twist.
Wow. Thanks a lot,
We figured
Kel.
it out. Sorry, I was gonna make an inappropriate joke for that one, and it's giving. I have to go to the next one. Roommates. Honestly, like my roommates most of my life were my siblings. I've actually only lived with. I only lived with people in college one time because I always knew I wanted to like have my own room. I spend most of my time by myself, and I need that. And I remember like at 10 years old watching Zoe 101 and seeing them all with like roommates, and at this point I shared a room with my brother, so I was just like dying to have my own space. And like I went to my mom and I was like, can you have your own room in college? And she was like, yeah, like people can get single dorms. I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna do that. And she was like, well, I mean, you don't know what you're gonna want, like it's in a long time. And I was like, no, I know. And every single year I got a single dorm except for one semester. Since I studied abroad the first semester, I was just subletting in a house the second semester, and I was sort of nervous because it was a house of like all these frat guys, or like guys that were like, some of them were in the same frat and then others were just like friends with them, but it was just giving like, you know, satellite house. It wasn't like the official one. And I was like, am I gonna thrive? Am I gonna survive? Like, what is gonna happen? And it turned out to be the most chill living environment ever. They were all so nice. Everyone was like, there were just like no social expectations. Like everyone respected each other's space. Like I will admit that I did most of the dishes, but like I also like doing the dishes. Like no offense to people who don't. And so I didn't mind. And so, but like it was actually such a gorgeous like little experience, and it only lasted for like a month and a half because then COVID hit and we all, you know, and I ended up living at home after that. But my only roommate experience really outside of like being one of 5 siblings, so just sort of picture that, was these like frat guys, and they were literally so nice, so cool, so chill, and yeah, it was a beautiful situation. A story of positivity for you guys.
Yeah, a good way to end on a positive note. What was that one?
Maybe it'll get cut, but it said first job, and I was gonna say blow job.
Oh.
But yeah, I just had to move on.
Yeah,
It's
I'm glad
also
you did.
the answer is like swim coach, like a swim team at like the local pool.
You did. How old were you?
It was in high school because I swam like in high school, so then I just like was.
Was
the
it
coach.
your coach?
No, I was one of the coaches on this team.
Oh.
Like I was one of the coaches for the team.
And you were.
And then in like over the summer, and then in high school, I swam on like the varsity team. You know.
Oh.
But like at the like over the summer at like the local pool in the town, the local country club. Hardly a country club. No offense. You know, I coached the little swim team that we had. I was one of them. We had like 4 coaches.
Wait, I'm confused. So where does a blowjob come into play?
This whole podcast is me making jokes and Spencer not getting them. First job, blow job.
Oh, and then you said your first real job.
Then I gave my first real job. My first job was giving a blow job at a local country club when I was a swim coach.
I literally was like, when does it come into play?
You're like, when
I was
am I
like,
gonna
was
give
there
the
another
blowjob?
coach?
Oh, you thought that I was giving the blowjob to my coach.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's why I was like,
no.
was there another one?
No.
Like another coach?
No.
Like above you?
No.
I mean, like they would be above you.
Yeah, totally. I
technically.
mean, I'd be technically. Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, depends on the position.
Yeah. Well, everyone.
On that note.
We do have to go, but before we leave, do you want to tell everyone any special projects you might be having or your social media handles?
So my social media on everything is at Austin_Maguire. Pretty exciting is that I just published an article in Insider Insider magazine, I guess, or online or whatever, about my history of like my gender dysphoria and, you know, my relationship to gender, my gender identity, and, you know, coming to terms with that. And it's actually a crazy story because I grew up like with gender dysphoria and then like forgot about it because of like I experienced so much trauma around it. Like, you know, your brain like selectively forgets things that are too painful, and I wouldn't remember until adulthood. The essay recounts that, and it was just published over this weekend, and now I'm a published author, which is the coolest thing ever.
That's so cool.
But yeah, slaying, thriving. Find me online, find me on screens, day and night.
Find Austin on the corner.
Day and night.
Day and night. You guys all know my handles. If you don't, it's Spencewuah on everything except Snapchat, because again, some random bitch stole my username. So on Snapchat, it's Spencewuah. As you may or may
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's where I got my username from.
Spencewuah.
Right.
It's so cute.
Spencewuah.
That's what I'm gonna start saying.
Thank you. If you may or may not know, new episodes drop every Thursday on all audio streaming platforms. But if you want to see me and Austin talking in person, face to face, head to the Past Your Bedtime YouTube channel and subscribe. If you like the video, which I'm sure you will, like the video and comment. I love all of you so much. If you don't comment, like, and subscribe, you hate me, and that makes me really sad. You don't have to say you hate me. Just the action of not doing what I just said shows me you do. So just do all of those things. Show some love. I love you all very, very, very much. And until next time, I will see you soon. Bye-bye, everyone. Now another quick word from our sponsors over at ZocDoc. When you're feeling sick, there's nothing worse than being stuck in the waiting room of a doctor's office for hours. You could probably listen to an entire episode of this podcast before your name even gets called. Then, when you finally get to see the doctor, sometimes they're super busy and in a rush instead of really listening and asking how you feel. When I'm feeling sick and barely holding it together, I need a doctor who will focus on me, listen to my symptoms, and prioritize my care. That's where ZocDoc comes in. ZocDoc helps you find expert doctors and medical professionals that specialize in the care you need and deliver the type of experience you want. When someone is a true expert at what they do, whether it's the chef at a Michelin star restaurant or a hilarious podcast host, you feel comfortable knowing you're in good hands. ZocDoc is the only free app that lets you find and book doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, are available when you need them, and treat almost every condition under the sun. Go to ZocDoc.com/screaming and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/screaming. ZocDoc.com/screaming.